Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to cover how I would become a data analyst today if I was to start all over again in 2024 in as little as 6 months. So without any delay, let's begin. So the first thing I would do is to find an area that I'm interested in. So that could be anything, right? So it could be anything related to sports. You might be interested in football or cricket. You might be interested in cars. You might be interested in stocks and shares. You might be interested in property. Whatever it is, guys, pick a topic that you're interested in. And for me, at least, it would have to be something along the lines of cars or football or stocks and shares because I love all of those topics. From there, guys, what I would do is I would start to analyze and read up about that industry. So learn everything you need to know, capture data where you can, and then start to piece together some intelligence. So what you really want to do is learn and master that subject matter as much as you can, become familiar with it, and then start to visualize and analyze it. The reason why that's important is because when you go for your first interview, you will be asked about your data skills and you could talk about something you're passionate about. So I'll give you a quick example. If I was interested in the English Premier League, then I would go online and find some sport results. I'd find results on my favorite football team, which is Newcastle United. I'd look and analyze their performance over the last 10 years and how they've finished in certain league tables. I'd want to understand what were the drivers between their successes for some years and other years where they finished really low. I'd want to try and use data to analyze their performance. I'd look at signings for recent football players, some of the most expensive signings. I'd look at sales of players. There's so much, guys, that you can analyze. So what I would first do is pick a topic and then analyze it and showcase that in a potential dashboard, which you can show off and talk about in front of potential employers. Which then brings me on to my second point, and that is to learn and master Excel. Now you're probably wondering, why would you even bother with Excel in 2024? Well, the simple fact is, guys, that Excel still remains the go-to tool of choice for just about every company out there. In fact, in 80% of data analyst use cases, you will be using Excel. So it's important that you become familiar with Excel. If I was starting all over again today, I would learn everything I could learn about VLOOKUPs, about pivot tables, about pivot charts, about slices, about if formulas and nested if formulas. I'd learn about some basic statistics, about averages. There's quite a lot you can learn from and master just in Excel alone. And once you've mastered those, I would then look to produce my first dashboard entirely in Excel using some of those features and tools that I just talked about. And I would use that area of passion that I talked about earlier, which is football, and I would use and build a dashboard all around football results that would showcase my favorite team and how well they're performing in a really nice Excel dashboard. The other thing I would master is how to clean data. Now, this is one of those underrated skills in Excel. Being able to clean data is so important. I can't emphasize it enough, because just about every company out there today has some problems with low quality data or messy data. So you want to be able to clean data first in Excel before you can analyze it. So make sure, guys, you learn about how to clean string values, numerical values, how to split columns, use text to columns, using delimiters, using control find to find and replace certain fields and values. There's so much you can learn when it comes to Excel. Then, guys, once you're comfortable with Excel, you want to start taking part in challenges using Excel and public data sets. So you want to go on somewhere like Kaggle.com, where you can find data competitions and where you can put your Excel skills to the test. In fact, I have a video on a Kaggle data set which I seek to explore using Excel. So check out the link in the description below for more details on that video. Then what I would do after mastering Excel is I would subscribe to a platform where I can get courses. Now, courses are available everywhere today. There's so many places where you can learn data analytics courses and data courses. So one of my favorite places to go is to visit LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning is a great platform. It was in fact the very first platform I used before I became a data analyst. LinkedIn Learning used to be known as lynda.com, but today LinkedIn Learning is full of material for data analysts and data aspiring professionals. So you can learn anything thing on LinkedIn Learning. You can learn things about data cleaning. You can learn about data visualization. You can learn how to code in Python or SQL. You can learn about cloud computing. The list is endless. And what I love about LinkedIn Learning is that you can download it on your phone and then you can study in your own time. And that's something I did when I was trying to become a data analyst. I spent a lot of time self-studying on weekends and on my journey to and from work when I was on a train. So LinkedIn Learning, guys, is a fantastic platform because you pay a one-off fee and then you get access to their full content, and you also get completed certificates once you finish a course. And best of all, if you find a course that you don't really like, you can easily stop the course and then pick up a new one. LinkedIn Learning is great for that. Another great platform where you can learn a lot is from Cousera. Cousera is one of my favorite platforms. Once again, fully backed by loads of leading tech companies, loads of big brand universities and tech companies sponsor on Cousera, and I will leave a number of links in the description to this video of some of those useful courses. What I will say, guys, is don't stress yourself out to try and learn everything. Some people try and learn everything about SQL, Python, Tableau, Power BI, and you will become overwhelmed. So what I will say is pick one or two items, because when you do land your very first data job, you will inevitably receive training. So you don't need to be a master at everything, especially for your first role. In fact, in my very first job as a data analyst, I learned everything I needed to know about Power BI. So what I will say to you guys is don't worry about becoming a perfectionist. Stick to a few essentials, stick to Excel, maybe learn some SQL, maybe learn some visualization, but in all honesty, learning some Excel is enough to get you your first job. Then my fourth strategy, if I was to become a data analyst today, would be to network with people on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is the go-to platform for careers. And in fact, there are so many data professionals today on LinkedIn. You would be doing yourself a disservice if you did not follow and connect with a lot of those professionals. So who am I talking about? So some of the names that I follow on LinkedIn who I think are great examples are people like Zach Wilson. You got people like Jessica Ramos. You got a good friend of mine named Dylan Anderson, and people like Daniel Lee. There's so many professionals who are all talking about data on LinkedIn. So what I would do is connect with those people, follow them, follow their posts, follow their content, learn from them, connect with them, and engage with them on anything that they talk about. And in doing so, you can learn a huge amount from people who are out there doing data analytics today in their careers and leading from the front. And then, guys, the last strategy I have is to find an industry or a company that you care about, which you can follow and then hopefully identify a future job. So industries can be of any choice. It could be retail, it could be healthcare, it could be automotive, but then more importantly, find some target companies that you're interested in. So you might want to work at BMW, you might want to work at Tesla, you might have a dream of working for Disney or for working for Walmart, or if you want to enter and work in the world of banking like me, you might want to work for a big bank like HSBC, or you might want to work for a local firm of your choice. But whatever you do, guys, find local firms and find companies that you can aspire to work for one day and follow them. Try and look for postings in terms of jobs that might come up, set yourself up with alerts on LinkedIn, and then make sure, guys, you're following and looking for those keywords, which are obviously data analytics. You might be looking for keywords such as Power BI or Tableau. And in doing so, guys, you will build an affinity for and with that company of choice. And who knows, you may very well end up working for one of those companies. So it's important you do that, guys, because then you can connect with professionals who already work in those companies. You can reach out to them on LinkedIn and ask them for advice when it comes to interviews and job applications. It is honestly possible to land a role in 6 months. It took me 12 months to get my first data role. I studied every day on the train and every day when I had a spare minute at home. But if you put your head down and stick to a plan, there is nothing stopping you from realistically becoming a data analyst within a 6-month time frame. Companies are still desperate for data talent. And I know that because I work for a large company and we ourselves are constantly in short supply of skilled data professionals. If you have any questions, if you have any thoughts, do drop them in the comment section below. And if you haven't already done so, then please consider subscribing to the channel for more data content like this. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you on the next one. Bye for now.